You are listening to the Delay and Pray podcast, episode number 143.
Welcome to the Delay and Pray podcast, where certified Catholic and weight loss coach Beth teaches you how to permanently lose weight through spiritual fasting. Get ready to gain faith and lose weight through a joyful transformation of both body and soul. Now, your host, Beth, the Catholic fasting coach.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Delay and Pray podcast, where you know what we do. We eat small, we fast with great faith, and we feast on connection. At least we try to do all those things, and that is the goal. The goal is to be a saint, and the trajectory of a saint is to spiritually fast as best as we can. Well, today we are diving deep into the secret of consistency as a Catholic faster. Consistency is the key, even through change, even through a changing life. Because you know what? Life is about change, and we all know that. And so we need to know how to deal with change, right? Right? So one thing I've learned is that consistency takes practice. A specific type of practice that is really efficacious is what I call spiritual cognitive flexibility. Now, I made up the spiritual part because I tacked that right onto a psychology term called cognitive flexibility. And this is the opposite of all or nothing thinking that is docile to the Holy Spirit. So spiritual cognitive flexibility is the opposite of all or nothing thinking that is docile to the Holy Spirit. So I repeated that so you get it. And I think about this now a lot ever since I heard on a different podcast about cognitive flexibility. And I thought, okay, that's awesome. Being flexible in your thinking, this is the opposite of all or nothing thinking. But if you add spirituality to that, then you're literally opening yourself up, opening your thoughts up to the Holy Spirit, to ask the Holy Spirit to shift your mindset into flexibility and away from all or nothing thinking. Okay. And we know what all or nothing thinking is. It's really perfectionism. It's like, oh, I can't do that. No, I can't do all of that, but I can do some of that. And some of what I can do very well, and I just need to learn how to do the rest. It's that type of thinking that is going to give you a lot of success in the end. So that is really what cognitive flexibility is, this popular term right now in psychology that refers to the ability to quickly and efficiently shift between different mental tasks, different thoughts, different concepts or behaviors in response to changing circumstances. Because guess what? In our lives, circumstances are always changing. Children, parents, jobs, finances, health, you name it, it's changing. Also, time periods like summer, fall, kids being home, vacations, traveling, you name it, it is changing. So what do we do with this, especially in light of delay and pray? Cognitive flexibility is essentially the brain's capacity to adapt its thinking to new, changing, or unexpected situations. Now, I add the Holy Spirit's help to that, and wow, you've got power right there. Direct me, Holy Spirit. Please, guardian angel, obtain the graces for me to flex at this moment to this new, changing, unexpected situation. This is what we need to get used to. And let me tell you what, you are going to fail a little bit. And that's okay. Nunc Chapi, just begin again and keep trying and don't stop. This is really important because we really want things to just stay the same. That's how we want to live because of the fall, because of the way that we're made. We just want to be in routine all the time because it is easier to do life that way. But that's just not the way most lives are, especially mine and especially yours. There's always some type of stress or change happening, and it's in our best interest to figure this out and deal with it. And also kind of get used to it and embrace it, right? Just embrace it. So practicing this spiritual cognitive flexibility entails adaptability, allowing us to adjust our thinking and behavior to align with new rules, demands, or contexts. Okay, so that's kind of the literal meaning, but let's apply that to spiritual fasting. So you can think of stressful times or vacations or holidays, or like I said, maybe your kids are home for the summer, so the menu is off. It's just different. Or let's say you have visitors in your house that come and stay for a week, even over a holiday or a non holiday. These circumstances can just throw your brain for a loop and into all or nothing thinking. In other words, I'm not going to delay and pray this week because all these people are over and it's too hard to do it. Ooh, that is not a great way to think because that just says, well, I'm either going to do all of it or I'm going to do none of it. But the thing is, you can do some of it. By using the spiritual cognitive flexibility rule, this will enable you to pray about all the ways you can spiritually fast while your guests are there or while you're on vacation, making sure you are able to choose Christ before sugar at least most of the time or even part of the time. Getting out on walks, seeking and offering beautiful salads, slipping out for a mass or two, prepping ahead of time of what you personally are going to eat, getting up early to pray the rosary. All of these things, just a little bit of effort is better than no effort at all. Part is better than none. Now, I've mentioned before that there are three things needed to be successful in spiritual fasting or any holy habit. And that is making time for everything, for prayer, studying the tools, doing the work. So making time, being consistent in doing all of those things, and staying motivated, regardless of the circumstances or your feelings. Okay, so time, consistency, and motivation, even in small ways during busy or stressful seasons, will bring huge results in the end. And you can use this spiritual cognitive flexibility to stay in the game with all three things. Because, as I say, there is no wagon. There is no wagon, just life and adjustments to it. The idea of falling off the wagon, that is a trap from the enemy. Because, my friends, the wagon is your life. It is about adjusting decisions on a daily basis, sticking to your values, making the time, being consistent in the small things, whatever you can do, and staying motivated. And seeking the opportunities to adapt in all of these things will help you immensely. The more you embrace flexibility and abandon perfection, this all or nothing type thinking, the more successful and free you will be in the end. So think of holidays, vacations, traveling, and high demand environments. Think of them as training. They are not making you fail. They actually make you grow if you shift your thinking about them. The more you practice new habits under pressure, even in a small degree, just even in small ways, the more they'll stick when life returns to normal. So, I want to ask you, which one of these three seem to be most difficult for you in spiritual fasting? Is it time? Is it consistency? Or is it motivation? And you know what? Most of my clients say consistency until they figured out spiritual cognitive flexibility. This is the opposite of that all or nothing thinking that we always want to be at. And it's considering small ways that I can be successful and then just learning to fail and try again until you get it. This is a concept rooted in transformation, not control, and one that invites us all to say yes to God in every season. And if you fail doing it, so what? Nuke Chapey. Keep saying yes to the small things and you will one day succeed. I just want to say that I was thinking about this the other day, and the saints didn't wake up every day with perfect conditions. In fact, just the opposite. The imperfect circumstance made them saints. For instance, Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. Moses was sent down the river as a baby and grew up and murdered an Egyptian. King David started out with bold confidence and slayed a giant, but went on to take matters in his own hands, fathering a child with a married woman and having her husband killed. But the failures of these saints did not have the last word. God did. They repented, kept going, and lived out a life of redemptive suffering that made them saints. And it wasn't just done in a day, it was done over a lifetime. So we can do the same. You can't just fast and pray only when life is calm or only during Lent. We must practice praying and fasting all the time, even in small ways when times get tough. My husband and I try to do this as well. And let me tell you, we fail, but then we just get right back up and we try again. And we are praying that our faith will increase just like the saints and that one day we will make it to heaven. They were consistent because they were flexible. They learned the hard way to be radically available to the will of God in every moment. And this is why I say there is no wagon. This is life. Just times and seasons of difficulty that we need to learn about ourselves and turn back to God each time. So think about that for a moment. The heartbeat of consistency is not a perfect schedule or a perfect life or a perfect protocol. It's holy responsiveness to the times every day. I have something special for you. I would like to share a segment from coaching with one of my amazing clients, Christine. She also works with me. She recently went on pilgrimage, and like many of us, she was concerned about getting off track even before she left. Take a listen and look for her all or nothing thinking and how she decides at the end to use her spiritual cognitive flexibility to depend on God to give her what she needs. Hey, Christine, you need some coaching. How can I help you?
Hi, Beth. I am going on a pilgrimage. We're hitting a bunch of shrines in Wisconsin.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yes, so we're going in a 12-passenger van. There's no room for luggage, so we have to put luggage in the seats with us. So I can't take a very big suitcase or a bunch of extra things.
It's
Like,
a true pilgrimage.
yes, I think so. I'm in northern Wisconsin, and we'll be traveling all over Wisconsin through the southern part and into the eastern part. And usually this time of year is very hot. Yes, it does get hot in Wisconsin. It can get into the 90s, which is not uncommon for July and early August, which is when I'm going. So I'm worried about I won't have a lot of clothes with me. And I'm worried about how hot it's gonna be, getting all sweaty and and being uncomfortable. And I'm just worried about how I won't really have any control over my schedule. So we're going to be coming and going based on the group. And I even said to the person who coordinated this, we're going to the shrine in La Crosse, Wisconsin, which is the Our Lady of Guadalupe shrine. It's very beautiful. I've been there before.
Mm.
And I said, well, we're not in a foreign country. Why can't you just let us go, do whatever we need to do, and meet at the van at 5 o'clock? And she said, oh, no, we want to stay together because Cardinal Burke is going to be there.
Oh, wow.
We want to stand in line to see Cardinal Burke, and then we want to get a group picture. And I'm like, oh, okay. So things like that, I won't have control over my comings and my goings. And I'm like, what if I'm really hot? We're standing in line outside in the heat, and I won't be able to get any food or maybe even any water. How am I going to deal with this?
Mm. And this is on your mind.
Yeah. Also, some days we either won't have lunch or lunch might be on the road and we're going to stop at like a gas station or a grocery store or something like that for lunch. Probably a grocery store would be okay. I know gas stations do have a lot more food now than they used to, but still, just the quality, not that great. So I'm worried about how I'm going to feel, how my digestive system's going to be doing. Sleeping is going to be a challenge because it takes me usually at least a night to get used to a bed, and we're going 3 different places in 4 nights. So there's only one night where I will be in the same bed for 2 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be at a regular hotel the first night, so I'll have air conditioning. I could exercise in the morning if I want. But the other nights we're staying at monasteries, and if I got to the right monastery, they had air conditioning, but the other one I'm not sure about.
Mm.
I'm not sure though if I was at the right monastery when I looked online. So sleeping might be a bit of a challenge as well. And apparently, this group of people I'm going with have been on many pilgrimages before, and they like to eat and drink. So at night, they like to get together and have dinner for like an hour and a half and eat and drink. I'm not a big drinker, and I'm just thinking I'll probably be kind of tired, but we're stopping at the restaurants on like the way to where we're sleeping. It's not necessarily like we're leaving from the hotel or the retreat to go to dinner so that I could maybe skip dinner. It didn't seem like that was an option,
Hmm.
or except for maybe one night I could maybe skip dinner.
Okay. So, what's the problem?
The problem is fear of being uncomfortable and not feeling good and not really being able to engage in the pilgrimage and all the praying and everything if I'm really hungry or really thirsty or really tired
Yeah.
or really hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, your thought is, I'm going to be hot, tired, hungry, and possibly miserable.
Yes, that's my thought.
And that is dropping you into fear, right?
Yes. Dread, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dread is below fear. All right. So, it's dropping you into fear. And then that feeling of fear and dread, those feelings are pushing you into ruminating about the trip.
Yes.
Maybe
Worrying.
would you say worrying and maybe squashing some excitement?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Worrying for sure. Worrying. Yeah.
Mhm. Anything else? Are you taking it to adoration? Are you praying?
Yes, I did. I have been praying about this,
Mhm.
and I feel like the Lord told me at the Mexican restaurant to have fajitas, but with no beans or rice or tortillas.
Mm.
So I did get that piece, which is good because that's like the first night.
Mhm. Okay. So your thought, I'm gonna be hot, tired, and hungry, that drops you into dread. Let's just talk about that thought. I'm gonna be hot, tired, and hungry, possibly miserable. So you've decided.
I've decided, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Dropping you into fear. And we all know this acronym for fear means false evidence appearing real.
Real, right.
And when fear gets deep and long and wide, it turns to dread. And then we all know from John 138, you kind of seek what you want to seek, right? So you're seeking. I know on the surface level, you're seeking ways to figure this out. But that thought that I'm going to be hot, tired, and hungry, that's actually pushing you towards enemy territory and sort of deciding that it's going to be hot, it's going to be a little miserable, I'm going to be very hungry. I know I'm going to try to combat this. I know I'm going to figure it out. I don't sleep well on the road. It takes me a while. Oh, and they're going to eat and drink. Are you hearing
Yes.
all of
Totally, yeah.
these thoughts? That okay, I have two questions for you then. So the first one is, are they true? Is it true that you're going to be hot, tired, and hungry?
No, that's not true. For one thing, the weather in Wisconsin can be unpredictable. I just walked outside today and it's actually cool, which
Mm.
is super amazing because tonight I have a special celebration with my Carmelite group. And we are in a place without air conditioning. And the
Mm.
past couple summers, we have just sweat, just like really icky, sweaty. And tonight we may not have to be. I was like, thank you, Lord.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, I mean, the Lord could bless us with some cool weather. So it's not true. I don't know what the weather's going to be for sure because it's unpredictable.
You bet. So you don't know what the weather's going to be like, and then you don't know if you're going to be tired.
Right.
How do you know you're going to be tired? What if you sleep well?
Yes. I may sleep well. Yeah, that's possible because I'll be spending the day in prayer. So my body will be calm.
Mhm.
My mind will be calmer. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I could sleep
And how do you know you're going to be hungry?
Because I normally eat really healthy, organic food from the farmer's market,
Uh-huh.
and I can't bring food with me. I mean, I could bring some beef sticks and some nuts, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of room for food. So I think I'll be hungry because, like, breakfast at the hotel with powdered eggs, or I don't know. I'm assuming the food is gonna be mediocre.
Why are you assuming that it's going to be mediocre?
Well, because I've eaten at hotels before, and sometimes the eggs are just like powdered eggs and weird sausage where you kinda wonder what's in it. I mean, I
Mm.
can stick with the eggs and sausage, but I know the quality is gonna be.
Do you always eat breakfast?
No, I usually don't eat breakfast
So what if you skip breakfast?
because I'm not having lunch either.
How do you know you're not having lunch?
Well, I don't know that for sure because we'll be on the road many of the times during breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure there's no time for lunch on Thursday.
So you haven't gone on this trip before. Most of all these people have been on the trip before. Do you think they would come back if they were constantly hot, tired, and hungry?
Well, these are actually people who have gone on other pilgrimages. So this is the first time they have ever done this pilgrimage.
Are you paying for this pilgrimage?
Yes.
Do you think anyone would actually invite others to a pilgrimage if they knew that their clients, their passengers, were going to be hot, tired, and hungry? And to make sure of that, we're going to make sure of that because this is a pilgrimage, and we want them to
Yeah,
like.
I know the person who coordinated this is trying to figure out how that's not going to be the case.
Have you talked to her about it?
Yes, we have talked about it. We were talking about Thursday, which is the time where we don't have time for lunch, trying to figure out some other way.
Mm. Okay. So it's as interesting, isn't it? So you've taken this thought, I'm going to be hot, tired, and hungry. And we've pretty much debunked that that is really a lie from the evil one.
Hmm.
Yeah. And have you gone on other pilgrimages?
Yes, I went to Blessed Father Solanus Casey. I saw him become blessed. So we traveled from Wisconsin near St. Paul all the way over to Michigan to Detroit.
Mm. Were you hot, tired, and hungry?
More like cold, tired, and hungry.
You were cold, tired, and hungry on the trip the whole time.
No, not the whole time. Just one evening after, because when we walked to the convention center, it was at the convention center. It was so cool. There were like 60,000 people. I've never been to a mass with 60,000 people. It was amazing
And why were you cold, tired, and hungry walking to that convention
because we
center?
had to walk a mile after back to our bus,
Yeah.
and it was raining and it was dark and it was cold.
And why were you tired and hungry?
No jacket, no sweater, nothing, because I didn't want to be carrying a bunch of stuff around, and we weren't allowed to bring like bags and water bottles and things into the convention center.
Yeah. Okay.
It was worth it though.
You were tired though because you walked a mile.
Just tired because it was a long day. There was lots of miles walked, and there was a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Typical of a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hence the word pilgrimage. You're walking together, you're journeying, you're traversing a sacred place for sacred things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, earthly wise, if you're thinking about earthly things, it is possible that you'll be tired.
Hmm.
Tired for Christ. Are you willing?
Yes.
Okay. That's probably not the big one, right?
No.
No. I'm wondering if you're worried about gaining weight.
Oh, I was more worried about being hungry.
Yeah.
Well, that does relate. I see what you're saying. I'm worried about being hungry because I'm worried that if I eat the food that's available, I will gain weight. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if that's the predominant thought that the evil one is pressing upon you is like, listen, you're going on this thing. And regardless of your faith life, regardless of the amazing faith you will gain, regardless of being steeped in theology and feeling so magnanimous when you get back that you won't be able to contain yourself, you're going to come back fat. And then that's trumping everything in your brain because you're like, oh crap, I've done a lot of work here. I've done a lot of work and I really don't want to go there. I've done a lot of work on my routine and what you've lost 50 pounds so far
Yep.
ish. Hmm. Okay. So what if I told you that the Lord's going to make sure that you're not hungry and you're not going to gain weight?
Yeah.
Do you have bold confidence in that?
Maybe I'm not quite there yet.
Okay, so how do we get that? So what is the thought that you need to think that this trip is going to be so amazing spiritually and physically? Physically, you're going to be tired. Whenever we go on a pilgrimage, we're going to be tired, but the Lord's going to help you figure it all out. Suitcase wise, you're going to be packed in there like a few sardines in that passenger van. So you will have to be very careful as to what you pack,
Right.
but it is only 4 nights.
Yeah.
You can do anything for 4 nights. You can rewear things for a couple nights. You can put a sweater in there in case it's cool. Put a tank top in there in case it's super hot. You can put your beef sticks in there. You can put your nuts in there.
Yeah.
That'll allow you maybe not to be satiated and maybe not to feel like on top of the world, like salmon and asparagus, but
Hmm.
it will keep you from being famished.
Yeah, I could take some MCT oil or MCT capsules also to kind of help curb that feeling like I'm gonna die. That's something to eat.
Yes, but you've been doing this a long time. Are you really going to have this feeling like you're going to die?
Well, I tried to do a 24-hour fast during Lent, so that was a few months ago, and I haven't tried since.
Yeah. Is that a water fast?
I did a water fast. Yeah.
Why would you be doing a water fast on this pilgrimage?
No, I just tried to go without food for 24 hours. So I had a meal, and then I was just trying to wait for 24 hours to have my next meal.
Okay, but Christine, why would you be doing that on this pilgrimage? This isn't a time to water fast.
Because there isn't really good options for food on Friday during the pilgrimage.
So, okay, hold on a second. I think regardless of if they sent you the meals, I don't know, regardless of what you're eating, regardless of what's available to you, there is food to be consumed.
Yes, there will
Yeah,
be.
there will be. And on your last pilgrimage, there was food to be consumed. Maybe it wasn't the exact food that you would eat at home, but the Lord
Mhm.
provides, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. So what if you leaned on him and said, Lord, just provide? What if he surprises you?
Yeah. You can do anything.
Has he done it before?
Of course, many times.
Yeah. Yeah. What if Our Lady has something really special for you?
Mhm.
What if there's a salad available every night?
Yeah.
What if you find out that you really don't have to eat breakfast no matter what it is? It's that you're going to go to some type of a restaurant. You're on your own for lunch. So you go and there is a salad. And maybe it is a gas station, but gas stations, you just don't know what they have now. They've got some packaged food that's not so bad.
Mhm. You have more options. Yeah.
And anyway, it's a pilgrimage. It's for Christ. So
Yeah.
do you think you'll find something?
I think if I can pray and ask the Holy Spirit to help me to pick something that maybe it won't agree with me 100%, but won't disagree with me, I think that I could manage.
Yeah. Why are you going on this pilgrimage?
It's a very good question. Why am I going on this pilgrimage? I would like to honor the Blessed Mother, and I would like to go in gratitude for the many blessings I have received. I would like to grow closer to her, and I think it'll probably be really fun to be around these holy people who apparently travel the world on many pilgrimages,
Mm.
which I haven't done yet.
So do you feel like you were invited by the Holy Mother of God?
Yes, I was invited.
Do you think she'll take care of you?
Of course, you wouldn't take your children on a trip without providing for them.
Of course. And it's interesting because I've been on pilgrimages and sometimes it's absolutely flawless and sometimes I get sick and sometimes my husband gets sick. Sometimes We have airport problems. Sometimes it's just fluid. We have none. It's interesting, the holy opportunities that present themselves on that trip.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering if you have to go in eyes wide open and accept anything that the Blessed Mother wants to give you.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, you know what? After that, so then give me the thought that you want to think instead of, I'm going to be hot, tired, and hungry. What is the thought that you really want to think?
I can offer up any discomfort or suffering that I encounter on the trip, and I can remain unmoved.
I like the second part. There's a holy opportunity on this trip, and I will remain unmoved. And you're talking about 1 Corinthians 15:58 that we talk about all the time in the course, and that is remain unmoved. Yeah. And she's never going to push you farther than you can go. But I would say, whenever I go on a pilgrimage, I seek the best. I don't seek, I'm looking at your thought here, that I'm going to be hot, tired, and hungry. Really, I'm going to be loved, energized, and fed.
Hmm. Yeah, I was wanting to think the trip will be an amazing opportunity to fast, pray, and connect with other holy people.
That's right. That's right. And in the process, you will be loved, you'll be energized, and you will be fed.
Yeah.
The exact opposite of what you were thinking before.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, because even if you're a little bit hungry at some point, like let's say that one day you do skip lunch, okay, you got a few beef sticks in your pocket and some nuts. I take those everywhere on pilgrimages. I get the organic grass-fed ones from Costco, and I just take those with me. It's not like having a salad, but it does at least put something in your stomach. I also skipped breakfast every day, and they made fun of me. There's some people that were like, breakfast is the best meal of the day. And I was like, no, it's not for me. But anyway, you guys keep going. I was the only one. I just had my coffee, right? Anyway, I always took some stuff on the bus. Sometimes I had a baggie and I actually took things from the breakfast and I would take it on the
Mhm.
bus and throw it away if I didn't need it because it's cheese and stuff. But the
Mhm.
breakfast, I went out of the country and the breakfasts were phenomenal.
Mm.
It was hard to pass up, but I was like, I have to because I can't eat 3 meals a day. And those late evenings, Christine, with a lot of eating and drinking, what if you just connected?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be tempted to drink at all, I don't think. But just thinking about, oh, I might be really, really hungry. And then if we're just sitting there for a long time, it might be hard to stop eating. And knowing that I can't really take cab of it home with me because
Right,
not really
right.
going home. I think that could be a challenge. I think it would be great to focus on the people there and connecting and definitely not thinking and worrying about the food.
Mm, I love that. Don't worry about the food. And give yourself a compassionate food protocol on this and really lean in towards God because you don't want to ruin the pilgrimage by worrying about getting off track.
Right.
The pilgrimage isn't an interruption in your life. It's really a gift and really a training ground for you to stare into something a little bit more difficult and say, let me see if I can really try hard to eat well on this different schedule, these new foods that might be introduced to me, and sort of a lack of structure. How will I have holy flexibility with all these things?
Right.
And you're really good at holiness. Don't expect perfection.
Hmm. Right.
And what happens if you gain a pound or two? Tell me.
I know what to do to lose it. I know how to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep fighting. Just keep fighting. Be that spiritual fasting warrior that you always are. And I like to say, train in the mess. And hey, one of the things I wanted to remind you to do is you and I are actually working on like a good, better, best kind of chart
Hmm.
to help people and their choices. So it's not an all or nothing thinking because this holy flexibility, it's Catholic talk for a psychology called cognitive flexibility. And it's the opposite of all or nothing thinking. It's being flexible in our thinking. Like, I know that I want cherry pie, but maybe I'll just have cherries. Or I know that you love chai tea, right?
Hmm.
And so what's a good, better, best? I mean, maybe one day you treat yourself to one of those for breakfast or for whenever you have it. But maybe the other days you just have black coffee. I don't know. It's like a good, better, best. You could maybe think about things as you're approaching them as, oh, I see the cherry pie there, but there's some berries here. Maybe I'll have a taste of the cherry pie, but I'll have more of the berries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That gives you practical thinking.
right. I'm wondering about that Friday
Mm-hmm.
because like the food seems really, really, really challenging that day.
What's the food that day?
So on Friday, we'll be at the hotel, so I probably could have the powdered eggs. I can't even say it. I'm assuming powdered eggs. I
You'd
probably
eat.
could have whatever eggs are there and
Mm.
be okay with that. The second meal, I don't know what it's going to be, so I suppose if we stop at a gas station, I could get cheese curds or something. Oh no. And then the third meal, our choice.
Those sound delicious. What a treat. Whenever I go to Wisconsin, I want to get cheese curds.
Oh, okay.
We don't have those in Michigan.
You don't have cheese curds?
I mean, you could go to Culver's, but they're not real Wisconsin
Oh,
cheese
no,
curds.
sorry. No, not even close.
So what if you treat yourself? I mean, I think I want to say, I still want to go back to the weight. What if it's the spirituality of this trip is you allow yourself to marinate into the spirituality of this trip and let the
Mhm.
weight come second and let the Lord guide you in the weight. Like literally have such bold confidence that he will guide you into that.
Because normally on Fridays, I do not eat meat.
So what if he provides you some really good food without meat? You're not believing that, but it's possible.
Yeah, that would be a miracle. No, it's true.
It's
It's
so
possible.
possible. We went to, I don't know where we stopped, France, Spain, Portugal, I don't know, all these pilgrimages. They literally, in one of like the quote unquote gas stations, had like a little restaurant and it had salmon in it.
Oh.
It was delicious. It was a little sit down corner, little restaurant. And then they had this famous, some type of pie. I don't even know what it is now, cake/pie. No, thank you. And they were all passing it around. I'm going to tell you, it's like sugar pie. But they had some good food. This isn't always how it was, but most of the time, I could find cheese, I could find salmon, I could find shrimp, I could find seafood, I could find steak. I mean, because we were gone for 10 days.
Mhm.
I always could find it. And I was so tired, Christine, slept like a baby,
Okay.
except for after Lourdes. Lourdes was so impactful for me. It was so impactful that I just cried myself to sleep. It was like tears of joy. It was weeping, weeping, weeping. And a lot of other of the pilgrims had this. My husband did not. He's like, oh my goodness, she's never going to stop crying. I could cry right now just thinking of it. And when we first got there in Fatima, it was just raining, raining, raining. But the Lord provided. We didn't bring an umbrella or raincoats. And guess what? There were about 50 stores selling umbrellas and raincoats.
Oh, okay. Right.
And we left it. We left it for the next people because we couldn't fit it in our luggage. We just left
Mhm.
everything. Right. So I guess what I want to tell you is the Lord provides.
Yeah.
The Blessed Mother will provide.
Mhm.
And I want you to be excited.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I want you to lean on him that he will comfort you and he will make it amazing for you. You may suffer,
Mhm.
but it'll be suffering that is just so cathartic, so real, so meaningful that you would do it 10,000 times again the same way.
Mhm. Yeah.
So what's your parting thought?
My parting thought is that the Lord will take care of whatever happens on the pilgrimage. He will take care.
Yes, he will take care of you. And these people, you will be linked in a spiritual way like no other. I'm still linked to all the people on the pilgrimages. I
Yeah.
just love them so much.
Mhm.
What a fabulous, fabulous spiritual time.
Right. Yes. So the devil doesn't want me to connect with these people, does he?
No.
Because these people have been on pilgrimages all over the world.
Yes. And they're going to be so excited for a new person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. New person. So you're going to have an amazing time and can't wait to hear about it. I want to hear about it when you get back. I want you to come back on and I want to hear about it. And I want you to tell us exactly how it went. And as you said, I mean, you wrote me the model, so I'm just reading it now. Your actual intentional model was that you are going to actually formulate a compassionate plan. So now you can. And the result is a holy experience. And don't worry about the food. I want to read you 2 things to leave you with this. This is your circumstance, your C2, your supernatural circumstance. So Matthew 6:34 says, "Do not worry about the future. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. The Lord will take care of you." And then out of Luke, "Take nothing for your journey, neither a staff nor a bag, nor bread nor money, and do not even have 2 tunics." So when we go on pilgrimage, we go with a bunch of people who are spiritually connected to you, definitely invited by the Lord, invited by the Blessed Mother, in true confidence and in true compassion and knowledge that He will take care of you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yep.
All right. You feel better?
Excited. Yes. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right. When you come back, we want to hear all about it. See how it went.
Sounds great.
All right. God bless. I hope you enjoyed that. That was so fun. Here's what we discovered together, Christine and I. Pilgrimages aren't interruptions. They are holy training grounds. And we mustn't rely just on our weight or just our body, but really depend on what's happening with our souls as well. After coaching, rather than resist the different schedule, weather, new foods, and new connections, Christine leaned into spiritual cognitive flexibility. She didn't expect perfection, and she stopped worrying about her weight and comfort. She embraced holy training and began leaning into bold confidence in God that He and the Blessed Mother would provide for her needs. And maybe if she's uncomfortable, well, then she'd embrace it and not fear it because God had a holy opportunity there. She realized her fear was from her decision that she would be hot, tired, and hungry. That thought and feeling was from the evil one. Why would she decide that ahead of time? Well, we all do it. Instead, she decided to believe that no matter what, she would be loved, energized, and fed by the Holy Spirit and the connection to the pilgrims that she was traveling with, that God would take care of it all. So the end result is that she will fast when she can, delay as she is able, and when she can't delay, she'll offer that up too. She will use her spiritual cognitive flexibility to stay consistent and in the ring with the Holy Spirit and enjoy it all, just like a true Catholic faster. This is the way to be consistent. This is the way to be flexible in your thoughts. This is a secret, my friends. Don't wait for ideal conditions. Train in the mess. Grow in the stretch. Do adventurous things for the first time. All right, keep fasting, my friends. You can stay consistent and win that heavenly prize. I'll be praying and fasting for you. God bless you always. If you are interested in learning more about spiritual fasting and permanent weight loss, then come join my course, Delay and Pray, a guided course for weight loss through spiritual fasting. You won't go through it alone either. I will be there to coach you every step of the way. This is a group coaching program where you are part of an amazing community of like-minded Catholics who have the same goal as you, to bring about miracles while losing that weight permanently through spiritual fasting. Your purchase includes an online course detailing what spiritual fasting is, how to do it, and all the tools you need to get you the results you're longing for. Head over to my website right now at thecatholicfastingcoach.com and get the details on how to join. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and LinkedIn to always get the latest daily information to help you keep fasting, my friends. Can't wait to see you in there. May God bless you and keep you always.